Welcome to Thoughts Can Change Your Life with me, Rev Lee Wolak. Today we bring up the idea about life. Life gives us the ability to experience. If we were not alive in our human body, with our ego, with our senses, we could not experience anything. So this thing that we call life is about experience. And that experience that we have is unlimited. It can go in any direction, up, down, east, west, north, south, around, infinite ways. You see, our purpose is to become aware that we create our life experience. That's right. Our purpose is to become aware that we create our life experience, that we're not victims to life. And once we have this realization, we can use the creative power of imagination and belief to create whatever we choose. Do you notice how I put those two together? Our creative power of imagination and belief. You see, you can't have a new experience without an imagination. You've got to be able to imagine something that you don't know, that you've not experienced in the past. Imagination is critical to the creative process. That's why tomorrow, my granddaughter Claire arrives. And guess what? The imagination quotient, the frequency of imagination in this house goes through the roof. Because that little girl knows no boundaries. She is creating out of pure everything. It is absolutely beautiful how she has no limitations. And I love when she's around because it helps me become a child again. And I think that's what we forgot to do, gang. I think we forgot to be children. We forgot that imagination is cool. Because guess what happens? As children, our parents tell us, stop imagining, get real. Schools tell us, stop imagining, get real. Churches tell us, stop imagining, get real. This is what you need to believe. This is what you need to believe. This is what you need to believe. And if we buy into this is what you need to believe that this is what you need to believe creates an experience, and you're in that experience. You get that? So, whoa. Think about that. Why would you give your power of imagination away? Isn't it time we take it back? I think so. I really think so. What can you imagine for yourself today? Can you imagine a day where you are such a bright light that other people's lives just light up because of your sheer presence? Because your presence is what? Your energy. Your energy is the volume of light that you're radiating out into the world. I talked about that last Sunday. You can tune your frequency because your energy, you can tune that frequency up, you can tune it down. You can give your power away to tune that frequency. Here's a real simple way. I invite you today to pick one of the songs that you really love that's really a sad song. Play it a couple times. Feel how the energy in your body changes. Then go play the song I Love My Life by Robbie Williams 3 or 4 times in a row and see the difference in energy, the difference in how you feel. See, the music can tune your frequency. You got to be cool about the music you play. Why? It tunes your frequency. And when you tune your frequency, you tune your experience. You become an antenna for the frequency that you are, and you attract that vibration to you through people, events, things, circumstances, experiences. One of my favorite sayings now is I love my life. You know how I've had these bands? I pass them out all over. I continue to pass them out. They say, nothing changes until you change. So I have that on, and it's a constant reminder that I've got to change to have a different experience. But I got bands coming any day, maybe this week, maybe next week, depends on the mail, that say, I love my life. What if you woke up every morning, instead of contemplating what you had to do, where you had to go, you just simply started with the vibration of, I love my life? How would you experience your day if you had that attitude? It'd be friggin' phenomenal, wouldn't it? Because everything you would be in love with, you would say, I love my life. I love the food in my life. I love the people in my life. I love my job. I love everything. I love my dog. I love my parrot. Some of you are going to say, why aren't you saying cat? Because I don't have a cat. You say, why don't you have a cat? Because I got a parrot. Good reason, isn't it? I love the experience of having a parrot. This bird has been with me for 40 years. You've seen him in some of my videos. Toby can communicate with me by just looking at me. He sends me a look of energy and I read it. I know exactly what he or she is saying whenever he or she is saying it. And like a good domesticated master, I give that bird whatever it chooses. Toby's aware that his energy creates. And to the best of his ability, to the best of that very limited consciousness he has, he uses that to communicate. Now, think about this. Our level of awareness is so much greater than any parrot. And yet we've been domesticated not to use our creative power of building imagination and then building a belief that we can have what we imagine. See, that's the key. It's a two-step process. Understanding, first, you got to understand there is a power in you that is working through you 24/7, 365. It doesn't judge. It doesn't care. It gives whatever you believe. So in order to use that power in a greater way, you've got to first imagine something greater and then build the belief that you already have it. That's the key to creating a life. Life is about our ability to experience. I love it. I love it. And you know, people say, well, Lee, it's cold now. And it's going to get colder in the next couple of days here. For a couple of days, it's going to get real cold, like 8 degrees at night. Enjoy the experience. I walk outside with my bare feet on the concrete to have the experience of cold. Then I'll get in the hot tub. Then I'll get in the cold. I love the ability to experience. I choose it. What experience are you going to choose today? What are you going to imagine greater in your life? That's a good thing to ask. What are you going to imagine greater in your life today? Imagine it and start building a belief that you already have it, and you'll create the experience. With that, my beautiful souls, know how powerful you are. Know how perfect you are. Know that you are unlimited, and be grateful. Be grateful that you are you, because you can't be anything else. Until tomorrow, know that you're loved. Aloha.